Hey guys, it's me again, Joe, your Bisaya reader. Welcome back to another video, and for today, I'm going to do the ever famous tier list. And I have noticed that this is kind of very famous content now in the booktube community. And as a small booktuber and being inspired by famous booktubers, I think I just decided to put my own twist to it. And yeah, the best thing I think to do these very first content on my channel will be on the famous young adult books. So I made six categories. These are the favorite, good, okay, bad, avoid. Avoid is just a shortcut for don't waste your time reading these books because they're bad. And for have not read yet, so again, before we proceed and we start, just a little disclaimer. Is very subjective. You might love this book, I might hate it. You might hate this book, I might love it. And again, this is just my based on my personal taste. So yeah, it's a case to case basis. So I hope you do respect that. So without further ado, we'll start with the very first book, and that is Sight. I have read Sight a couple of years ago, and I think Sight was okay. It's actually based on a thing. I finished the entire trilogy. Sight by Neil Shusterman. Hmm, it's actually the weakest of the three. I think it was not bad, sure. Uh, it was just okay. It was a perfect, you know, book to start, a great series, and there were some flaws. It wasn't a perfect book. That's why I'm going to put it on okay. I have some issues with it with regards to especially to some tropes. But it was not bad. It was okay. It was really entertaining. It was unique and it was new. Strange the Dreamer. This is a very polarizing book by Strange the Dreamer by Relaying Trailer, the first duology. I think it was good for me. I do see why other people don't like this book because of the writing style. It's really dragging. There were a lot of unnecessary you know things that the author did, but I do feel that it made sense why the author did that. So it worked for me. That's why it was a good read for me. Actually, it was one of my favorite reads 2 years ago, and that's why I'm going to put it on the good category. But yeah, it's very polarized. It's either you hate it or you love it. Next is The Rebel of the Sands, which for me is kind of an underrated book. I do feel that this book deserves more hype. It's very atmospheric, very cinematic. Magic system was not that outstanding, but it was good. So I think Rebel of the Sand, it was okay. It was okay for me. It was not bad. It was really short. It was interesting. It was okay. Children of Blood and Bone. Was very hype, and for me it was really overhyped. And I was kind of disappointed, so I'm gonna put it in bad. It was not that bad. It was just bad. There's some elements of it that I appreciate, but it was really overhyped. And I do feel that the this book by Tommy Adiyami is all over the place. There's a lot of elements or moving pieces in the book that did not really impress me. It lacks, I don't know. It was just really bad. It was not okay. It was good. It wasn't the worst. It was bad. City of Bones. That's easy. It's um again. It's based on my personal taste. I just don't really love the book that was advertised as fantasy, but after you read them, they are romance books. I do see that there's a fantasy element, but I was just really discouraged by the romance side and especially how these romance elements affects the entire plot or the entire story. So that's why I'm really sorry, guys, for the fan. I do appreciate. I understand why you love this book, but this was not really for me. City of Bones was it was what I know what David Lipton's Everyday. Hmm. I read this probably 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Cannot really. It was okay. There were a lot of cringy moments in this book, but it was based on how I feel towards. the book after reading it during those years. Hmm, yeah, it was okay. I recommend this several times to my friends because I do feel that it was a really good book. But yeah, nothing outstanding, so it was just an okay read. Red Green, I haven't read yet, and probably will not read because I've heard that there's some tropes that I also hate. Shadow and Bone. Hmm. I love the magic system. I hated the plot, the tropes. It was okay for me. The magic system was really great. The writing style was also awesome, but I just don't like the characters and again romance. Six of Crows was overhyped for me. Yeah, it was bad. It was boring, guys. It took me several weeks to finish this. I just have to force myself to finish this one. It was just all over the place. I felt it was really forced. Shadow and Bone was really better. It was better than Six of Crows. But the characters though is way better than Shadow and Bone. But again, um, Six of Crows were just forced, felt forced for me. Young Elite, well, oh, you need to avoid that. As much as you want to love this book, as a big fan of Marilu, and also I've read this using my signed copy of the Young Elites when she went in Cebu here in the Philippines. I saw her and she signed this paperback copy of mine. I hate the book. It was just really bad. The world, though, it was cinematic, it was atmospheric, the characters, and again, the romance, well, the story itself, overall, it was, no, don't waste your time, it was really bad. I did not continue reading the series, even though I do have the copies of completing them. But I don't have any idea, I don't have any idea if I'm going to continue the series, probably in the future, but for now, as of this moment, no. Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, it was good. There were some issues with it, especially on the very first half of the book. It was really dragging, very boring. But my oh my, knowing Brandon Sanderson, how he no he ended his books, it was just mind blowing. So Skyward read this last year, one of my favorite books I read last year. Last half of this book, if you are having a hard time getting into this story, I'm going to encourage you to continue. Just keep pushing yourself because great things are waiting for you. I mean, all the bright places was bad, even though I do appreciate that the author do have some good intentions while writing this book. A lot of messages that she wants to um, get to her readers, but I think it's not. I know. I'm just going to base it. I read this way back in 2015. It was really depressing. It was not really for me. It was really bad. Illumine was overhyped. It was okay. It was okay. No, it was too much. It was bad. I don't like the fact. It's not a spoiler, guys. I don't like the fact that the characters were really inconsistent. She's so overpowering at the same time, very unrealistic. I do see that it's sci-fi, but come on, she's been almost close to death several times, and she always survives. I hate those kinds of tropes. We Are the Ants. It's one of my all-time favorite. It was really dark. The writing style, story was phenomenal, and the creativity of the author merging science fiction and contemporary fiction into one was phenomenal. So, yeah, read this one, guys. It's one of a kind. Knife of Never Letting Go. It was just okay. It was kind of emotional, but I think the plots and the style was kind of outdated because I've read this just 2 years ago and I'm just really late. The main reason why I read this because I heard that there's an upcoming movie for this, so that's the main reason. And then when I read this, the hype was already dead and writing style was outdated. This was published few years ago. So yeah, it was okay. It was not bad. It was not good. It was just okay. For which it was bad. It was okay. It was bad. Um, very cliche magic system, but mm, also I hated the characters. A lot of tropes that I don't like in the young adult books. And one thing I do love about Kurt Rich versus Sam Denner though is that the world it was really atmospheric and while you're reading the book you just feel like you're just in this big adventure. The book was so vibrant and it was just really atmospheric. You can just really feel the wind and this yeah. Fangirl, haven't read yet. Heard a lot of good things about this one. Heard a lot of bad things also. I don't see myself doing this because again, it's romance. I think so. Yeah. And I Darken was good. No, it was okay. It was okay. It's historical fiction. I did not really expect it was really historical fiction because I was expecting there will be some fantasy twist or fantasy elements of the book. But God, I finished the book. It was really boring, but there's no fantasy to it. It was just really political and not plot driven but character driven. But I was surprised. I loved it. It was okay. It was not bad. It was okay. You might get used to it after reading the first half because this one really started really slow. It was really boring, really dragging. But the next installment of the series, Now Arise, was 10 times better than the first book. The Hate You Give is an all-time favorite. Like a lot of messages that needs to be heard. Very impactful, very timely, very relevant, and yeah, it was a really good read. Well written also. It was direct to the point. The writing style was very effective. I'll give you the sun. Haven't read this one yet, and heard a lot of good things about this. Don't know anything about this book. Serpent King, all-time favorite book. Guys, this is really underrated. If you haven't read Serpent King, it's phenomenal. The characters was awesome. The relationships of the characters to each other was terrific, and yeah, those motivations of the characters, their decisions based on just read it, guys. It's one of a kind. The writing style also was really good. Kiss of Deception, haven't read this one yet. Heard a lot of bad things about this, so I can't avoid reading this one. Legend, it was good. It was good. Probably the weakest of the three, but Champion and Prodigy will be my favorites. But Legend, it's the perfect book to start a dystopian series, and probably one of the best dystopian series I've read in my entire life. So yeah, it was good. It was not okay. It was not bad. It was really good. Writing style was okay, but the world really atmospheric, really cinematic. The characters, guys, Day and June, very iconic. Divergent. Oh, I really love the first book of the series, and then Insurgent and Allegiant destroyed. I don't know. The next two installments of the series just was really crappy, but Divergent alone as a book was really good. It was really unique. That time, of course, because during that time this was the first time they were classified according to their I forgot. But I just can still remember I was really entertained on this one. I was really amazed. I was a big fan of the movie also. The first one only. The Fault in the Stars is a favorite for me. It was really well written. I think it was a favorite for me. There were some issues for this. I'm going to compare We Are the Ants, The Hate the Serpent. Yeah, it was a favorite for me. It was really iconic and the way it was written, how simple it is, but gives you a lot of impact, a lot of emotion. It was really outstanding. So for me, still, if I'm going to compare The Fault in Our Stars and the other one, Looking for Alaska, I think Looking for Alaska it will be better than The Fault in Our Stars. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, this one is really iconic for me. So Curse of the Dark and Lonely, haven't read this one. It's a retelling of the twist for Sleeping Beauty and the romance again, so I've been avoiding that one. Perks of Being a Wallflower, yeah. It's a favorite of mine. It's really good. A lot of issues, a lot of trigger warnings. It's not really for everyone, but you're able to read this and you're able to appreciate how important the stories are. I mean, the lessons the story is trying to tell to these readers. And it was well written, it was short, it was really iconic also. Hunger Games was, yeah, just like probably the worst of the three. I mean, probably Catching Fire is better than Hunger Games. I hated Mockingjay. I probably second because Catching Fire, Hunger Games, and then I hated the ending. Just Mockingjay. Hunger Games was just good. It was really entertaining. It was really unique. It was really fanboy or recommending showing this one to all my friends of previous or districts. The Curl Prince, this one has a lot of issues, but it was okay. I do find this it was okay. It was not bad. It was not good. It was hype, very hype. I do think it was really overhyped, but the characters and the characters' motivation, the writing style was just really okay. The world was, yeah, it was still okay, not bad, but nothing outstanding, nothing grand about the story. So it was just an okay. Renegades haven't read this one yet. Heard a lot of mixed reviews for this. Throne of Glass. Oh, I hate it. I'm sorry. This one was just really over. It wasn't really for me again. It was advertised as this badass character, female character, assassin. But while I was reading the character, the main character, the female was just lumpy, weak, and I don't know. She's just really good when it comes to guys. And again, the romance ruined it for me. It was atmospheric though. It was really dark and cold, but yeah, romance. Unwind. Probably will read this in the future. I heard a lot of good things about this one. I have my copy already, but I tried to read the first chapter. It was a dystopian genre, and I don't know. It was really. It was. I don't have the time of that. I'll probably read that in the future. Rage's Silence. Not read. I've not read yet. I'll be reading this soon. Probably I'll be reading this book. This one really emotional and dark. So yeah, that's something that I can and I will be able to enjoy. Warcross. The last of this video is Warcross. I remember that it is a bad read. Avoid. It was bad. No, it was Avoid. It's trash, guys. It's like Ready Player One on a draft stage. It was like trying hard Ready. I'm a big fan of Ready Player One, and Warcross was again the romance. The character was really annoying. The world, nothing special. The plot was predictable. Yeah, was bad. It was worse than bad. Just avoid. Don't lose your family in Warcross. Again, I'm a big fan of Legend of Marley, but Young Elites, Warcross. Yeah, so these are my first attempt to famous young adult books for tierlist.com. Again, if you want to do this, you just go to tierlist.com, make an account, make your own template, and yeah, enjoy. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and have a great day. My name is Joel, and bye bye.